Hello and welcome to Book Buzz, brought to you by the Peters Township Public Library. I am Miss Shannon.
And I'm Miss Linda, and we are here on location to bring you all of the information you need from the Youth Services Department of your Peters Township Public Library.
Yes.
We need to make sure. I mean, it's not just any library, it's the Peters Township.
And arguably
Public
one of the
Library.
best ones.
Absolutely, arguably. Yes, I almost couldn't say it.
Because you're not one to argue.
No, I try not to. We'll see how well that goes over. Yeah, so here we are. Yeah.
All
So
right.
we'll just jump into it. We've got
Give
a
me
lot
some
to
Book
do.
Buzz bits,
Yep,
yeah.
Book Buzz bits. All right, last time we talked about getting books into the remote parts of Mexico in a beat up old Volkswagen van that they made as a library. How about this time? Now, I actually have a picture of this one. This is our copier. You know, look at how it copied. It came out like this, ripped, and then tell me how those words go together. Okay, so somehow it might not make sense when I get to those words, but bear with. Okay, so I don't know if you're going to be really able to see. Look at how cool this boat is.
So do we have a librarian on a yacht this time? Because
Oh.
I think I'd rather do that than the,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's where all my,
the hippie van.
retirement money is going into a library yacht.
okay. All right.
I don't know, how much
Sign
can
me
you
up.
buy for $1.29? Okay. Now, Stockholm, I love this. Stockholm Library Service rents a boat for a week. Sweden's Bokbaten. I like that, Bokbaten. Didn't I sound Swedish?
Yes.
It sounds like I've been there, huh?
Have you?
Sweden's, no.
No? Well, there you go. Now you know you can do it.
Sweden's Bokbaten. Bokbaten. All right. Is a floating library that brings books to residents of remote islands. Every spring and fall, the Stockholm Library Service rents a boat for a week. Now, don't get me into those ripped up pages. All right, Sweden and its Nordic neighbors have some of the it's sad. Well, no, it just made me think, because this is a sad, like, opposites. The sadness of the literacy rates in Mexico.
Right, and the
And here we
violence.
are in Sweden and Nordic neighbors that have the highest literacy rates in the world. The Swedes view equal access to education and knowledge as a critical component to an individual's future success. Again, even with the Jose Hernandez in the last story, feeling that way for all of the children in Mexico.
Right.
They're feeling it just should be universal, a universal
hope.
thought. You would hope, exactly. So this is true regardless of economic background and apparently geographic location. So Sweden, and you know what? Look at that.
Espo, almost.
Almost. Ipazo. Well, I've probably been, oh boy, have I had fun.
Is that your Swedish version of her last name?
Yeah, I guess I
That's
am
the
from,
translation.
I am from Sweden.
Well,
maybe.
you know, when you came over in the boat, everything kind of changed a little bit. So
This is true. Yeah, I am Swedish. Okay, Sweden has a floating library, the Bokbaten, that brings thousands of books to people on dozens of remote islands in the Stockholm archipelago twice a year. Every spring and fall I love this, since 1953, they were ahead of their time.
Wow.
Since 1953, the Stockholm Library Service rents a boat for a week, loads it full of books, and charts a course for about 23 inhabited islands. Wow. Norway
big
has one
archipelago.
too that's called the Epos. Okay, so that's Norway's.
okay.
And then the Rodlog, okay. that-
Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
I know. Woo. Fill your bags. Okay, so when the boat docks, residents climb aboard to return books that they borrowed during the last visit. Remember that's how they did it with the camels? Like they would bring the books over and like you would read them and hang on to them until the camel came again.
Yeah.
Whenever that is. It's not like the camel comes necessarily once a week.
Right.
You know.
Whenever you can get the camel
And that's
over
what
there.
this is. They borrowed it during the last visit and they wait for the boat to come back. The boat carries about 3,000 books and residents can put in requests ahead of time. So 3 or 4 volunteer librarians who take turns working on the ship say that, as you might expect, the latest bestsellers are on the high demand,
Yeah.
of course. So
I think this would be fun. I want to go. Maybe we should
I
just
think
like rent the Gateway Clipper and just go up and down the Mon.
absolutely. Well, that's what we'll do. We'll retire. I mean, that'd be yeah, that'd be a cool gig. But listen, so in 2018, a woman named Maria Anderhagen took over managing the
You're really having so
Bachbaten.
much fun with that.
I know.
And we'll probably get some letter that you completely butchered it.
I
and said
butchered it,
wrong,
and
somebody's offended.
I apologize, Sweden, but as I apologize to Mexico. Okay, she took over the management in part because she had the largest basement in town and could store all the books in between voyages. So she could store
So she's storing them herself.
3,000 books in her basement.
Imagine unpacking
in
and
between.
repacking all those all the time. A lot.
Unbelievable. That brings books to 23 islands, like I said. Oh my gosh.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, the boats are just filled with tall wooden shelves, large tables displaying sturdy hardcovers, book carts on wheels, long checkout table, even event notices taped against the wall. So event notices, okay, you
Come to
know,
our story time at this island.
at this island, 3 o'clock on Tuesday.
Get in your dinghy.
Get in your dinghy now. No, they send over picture books, poppy thrillers, large print, everything
I
that
love
we can
it.
think of. Yep. But Sweden also, in addition to the library boats, they have library buses that bring books. The boat started as a service for, I think this is cute. The boat started as a service for fishermen and island workers.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And now it's just grown. It's such great positive value for children and adults because they can be part of what a modern public library would be like.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
I
wanna
like
see
it.
I want to go to this book boat.
Yeah. So to mark
Norwegian
its
book boat.
centennial, so, oh wow.
Well, it started in 1953, so
Yeah,
time
it
ago.
could be. Aw, they gave more funding to the libraries there with a price tag of about 11 million to open a new library, but in the process it cut funding for a library boat that had been in service for 30 years. Okay, sad face.
yeah.
But hopefully, as it says, it will continue to operate as a wonderful nod to past traditions while educating people for the future. Amen.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep,
I love it.
amen.
That's some of the stuff that you share in here. Like, I feel like we need to like start like making a general map
Yeah.
and like hit up. You know, we should just go on Book Buzz sabbatical and like travel all these different places. Go
All
ride
right,
the camel.
time to leave. Yeah, let's
you
do
know.
that.
I don't know how excited I am to go to Mexico and ride in the beat up Volkswagen and
No,
the
in
driver
that
privacy
area, I'd be a
That's a
little-
little bit dangerous.
I
I mean,
think
unless we could hire like a really great like bodyguard.
My
like
son.
Someone. Okay, I was thinking The Rock, but we could take Nick too.
No, he's a rock. Yeah, okay. I
Okay,
like
let's
your
have-
surgeon. Okay, and that's Book Buzz. Book Buzz bits. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to pass on a trophy for you from last night. I had Purple People Eater
Oh yeah, your karaoke.
karaoke.
Did
It
you
was
win?
was
Were you
really
the
a
best
lot of fun.
karaokeer?
In my own mind, I did.
Yeah.
I
Can you
was-
give us?
I
some-
was singing under my breath a little bit.
What were
No.
some song choices?
Oh, they were singing Frozen, Lion King. They were singing songs. The one mom, she put on a song that the kids knew, like on her phone, and they were because they loved using the microphones and were singing,
Yeah.
you know, those towards the end when they were, you know, everybody. It was only an hour, but they were singing nonstop, so they were getting kind of burnt. But oh my gosh, all over from Aladdin's, Little Mermaid, like all the Disney songs. Oh, they did Funktown,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, some of those those ones. So anyway, I brought you your own because I passed these out for everybody. But
Oh, it's Paige.
it
Thank
is.
you.
We have our own like official.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hi, how are you?
And I noticed that they don't really increase your sound. Are you trying to say something?
Yes. It will.
This is all the microphone that I need.
Yes, it can be used as a microphone, but sadly.
But it actually, I
Isn't it
like
cute?
it. It's a magic microphone.
Yeah.
It says.
Okay.
So what can you tell me? What is it? A wand as well?
Well, I don't want to, maybe, well, okay, let me tell you what the little boy decided to do with it last night.
Is this a PG rated?
Well, it wasn't very nice, and it is G-rated. Started beating the crap out of his mother with it, and she's singing. She was sitting, I put out the director's chair, she's sitting on the director's chair, and she's singing, and she was using one of the microphones, and the girls, like her daughters, were using the real microphones, and he's sitting there, and beating the crap out of her. And I didn't know what to say. Like, do I reprimand this one for beating the crap out of his mother while I'm watching? So he's going boom, boom, boom. And I was like, well, I was just trying to be nice. I'm like, well, that's not very nice.
It's so funny.
I did. I'm like, well, that's not very nice. And then, like, I mean, he was, you know, she was in, like, shorts. I mean, it was a summer's evening. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, the mom's going to have welts. You know, so I said, that's not very nice. And then I said, well, that's gotta hurt. And I said, besides, are you trying to like break your microphone? And I said, you know, and I didn't know how else to be nice about it. He was hurting her bad. Yeah. So
Well, maybe we
don't
should
do
put a
that at home.
disclaimer
These
on
are
them.
for magic microphones so that when you're singing, it goes from your lips to God's ears. How's that? The
That's-
angels that sing in heaven.
Okay,
How's that?
yeah.
Okay.
Like the
Yeah.
angel that comes down and sings Beauty School Dropout, is that the
Oh, I'm in. Ready? Oh my God! But that was Frankie Avalon.
Yeah.
Could you see us coming out of hanging
I like the little like hair things they have, you know, they all.
You and I hanging onto a rope coming down like a Taylor Swift out of the sky, Lady Gaga.
We got so many goals here.
We do. Too many goals. All right, so here we go. So there's your
So,
microphone.
Take home science.
I have it. Now, it said skip if it's full. It's kind of full. There are only a few openings left. So, but I
Call
feel.
reserve today.
Yeah, call and reserve today. It's almost full, but it was worth mentioning. It's August 12th
I just
at
like
6:30.
the idea of it.
I want to show you what it looks like. Like, let me just show you
These turned out so cute.
one piece. Like, part of the kit last time, it was a two-parter, so the second part is August 12th at 6:30, was about constellations. So in their kit, they got a little packet of little mini marshmallows with toothpicks in it and pictures of constellations so that they could take these and try to make the constellations.
Wow, that's
That was
cool.
part of a kit.
Yeah, cool.
Okay? So that was last
I like
month.
that. That's cute.
But here's what the kits look like.
They're awesome.
Oh,
They're
I
so
had
cute.
so much fun making them. Now in this kit, look.
Oh, his little rocket. Oh, there's a little magnifying
Uh-huh.
glass.
So what each kit comes with, they get for participating, we'll go through the experiment. Well, I'll do it at a table with help from the kids. There's 6 different things in here. So we'll do something of, we'll do each 6.
Right.
Then they get it to take home with them and do them at home. So the
Love
first
it.
part, these are the experiments, and what you'll need, you'll have to contribute some things,
Mm-hmm.
to it that's not going to be in your bag, like household things. Then there's another packet in there that's like to write notes, because you're the scientist, a little packet to write notes. And this
Your
one comes
observations,
with
yes.
your observations, and this one actually, and then all the little things that you're going to need in here.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it looks really, it's a lot of fun. So this is your sizzling summer science kit for take-home science on
I love
August
it.
12th at 6:30. Honestly, I think there's only maybe 5 slots open.
Okay, so
if
call
that.
today.
So, yep, okay.
All right, so going on with that, so that's for the younger kids. Like age group, are you like preschool, kindergarten, first,
Yeah.
second grade?
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to the tweens, which we think is like 6th, 5th, like I guess like what, 3rd through 7th grade, we say?
Yeah, 4th through 7th.
So we have our tween slime and tell. So it's the idea of show and tell, but instead it's slime and tell, because making slime at
I
home
love
is
it.
like this big like just trending. People really like to make slime.
Yeah.
And so what you do is you make your slime at home, and then you bring it into the library with your recipe, and we have a little slime exchange going on, and you can share with your
That's
friends
adorable.
the different slimes. So before you do that, please stop and see us. And we have these, our friend Ed made these really cute, I'm trying to like get them to wear down a little bit because there's some plastic that needs filed. But
Okay.
little cute slime containers
Okay.
that we printed on our 3D printer. So you can
Awesome.
come and get one of these and make your slime at home, and then bring your slime sample in to show us, and we'll make, I think we'll probably make Galaxy Slime as a whole group experiment as well. But beforehand, you'll come in with with your own little slime, and we'll get to do a little slime swapping.
Okay.
And sharing your slime recipes.
Okay,
'Cause
that's
there's
what I was going to
multiple ways
ask.
to make slime. So Ed just walked past, so I'm going to give a little shout out. Thanks, Ed, for the slime
Thank
containers.
you.
Oh, Linda's got her mic.
Everybody wave to Ed online.
He's there. You can't see him, but he's there.
He's there.
He's like a ninja.
My question about that is, so they are going to look up their own slime recipes.
Yes, they're
So
gonna make
they're
their
gonna
own slime ahead of
research
time. They can
and
make
do
their
it.
favorite
It's not
slime.
like you're giving them different recipes.
No,
they're
they're
gonna come
going
in,
to do
grab
it
this. and-
themselves.
okay.
Because there are so many different ways to make slime, and I feel like the kids are doing this already. They're already making their own slime. So,
Yeah.
And there's kits too. If you want to, just do that. That's fine. Whatever. Find your favorite slime. We made, I think it was called Puffy Slime. Lucas and I made it the other day, and it was shaving cream and glue and contact solution was like the magic potion that kind of held it all together. That was interesting to me,
Oh, yeah.
like how things react.
Right. True.
And baking soda, and that
Yeah,
made
baking
that.
soda does a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, and that made and it was really puffy and slimy and super sticky, and it was messy. Oobleck is always an easy one. So
They could surprise you.
bring your own slime. Parents, I apologize in advance for the slime making that we'll be doing on your home.
Yay.
Now, if you don't want to make slime and you just want to come in and see other slimes, and like again, I said we will make at least one kind of slime as a whole group experiment, so
Okay.
you can do that too.
Okay.
But regardless, cool containers made on our 3D printer.
It is.
That are free.
I
for
might
you.
have to make my own slime.
Go for it.
I might. Okay, you're going to do, I'm going
Ew, gross. I don't want that paper.
Here.
That's like when
I
I was a
felt it
teacher and they would
coming.
like wipe their nose on their test
No.
and they turn it in.
No, it's just a good, I didn't know what to do. I was stuck. I felt it coming and I wanted to talk, so it just went. All right, there's nothing on there. Where's the dry one?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So
Mock
Hunger Games. We
All right.
love Hunger Games, and this is something I did. I looked it up. It was about 5 years ago now that we did it, maybe 6, when Hunger Games was first making its big rounds. But my teens were telling me that it's making a comeback, and the kids are reading it. The new generation is reading it now.
Oh, cool.
So, because I
All
feel like
comes
Hunger
around.
Games, just like Harry Potter, definitely into Harry Potter for sure. But I feel like they're not going to disappear anytime soon. And these are like modern day classics. So we're going to have a mock Hunger Games, which, a couple years ago when I did do this, a kid said to me, well, how are you going to do that? Is it going to be like the real Hunger Games? And I was like, well, I figured less parents will have to come pick their kids up. And the kid just looked at me like, what?
Right.
No, there'll be no actual injuries or
Right.
fatalities involved
One
in the
mom
Hunger Games
asked
at the
me-
library.
I did get a call about that. How's that going to be done? I don't know, dagger or something. I
So
can't remember.
what
Arrows.
we're gonna do is it's gonna be more like a challenge. So they have to do different challenges.
Okay.
And then it's almost like, and then sometimes something might happen where they're gonna have to eat nightlock, which is not, they're not really gonna eat real nightlock. They might eat blueberries or something that looks like nightlock.
Right.
But if you were to eat nightlock in the real Hunger Games, then you would be perished. You might get stung by
Perish.
a cracker jacker, or a tracker jacker, not cracker jacker, cracker jacker.
Cracker Jacks. I like
But
Cracker
things
Jacks.
also happen where you might find stumble upon a healing serum. So it's kind of like a role-playing kind of a
Yeah.
game that we're going to be doing.
With our imaginations.
I've done it in the past, and it worked really well, and the kids had a really fun time with it. I also do have a little cornucopia of some really random things, like instead of like, it might have like a bubble wand, and if you can blow these poisonous bubbles at somebody, or
Okay.
so like it's
Oh,
using
cool.
your imagination, but with Hunger Games ideas.
But it's all good.
We also will use the Wii and do some archery challenges on the Wii, because
Okay.
Katniss is
Right.
a good with archer. I
Yeah.
guess. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Good.
mock Hunger Games, Saturday, August 17th, right before back to school. Really fun afternoon. Cool prizes, Hunger Games related food, all that good stuff.
Cool. Why don't you, I'll do okay. I was going to have you do this and then end with summer reading thing, but summer reading ends. We'll just go with the plan. Summer reading is ending, actually, probably by the time this is aired, it'll be over
Mostly
either that
over.
day or mostly, yeah, momentarily. The week of August 16th, which, oh my gosh. And then at that point, now the exciting thing that every child is waiting for that's participated is, when are we going to pull for all the 40 baskets that we're going to be giving away? And I would assume probably that Monday or,
Yeah.
the beginning of the following week. I have to make
Right.
sure that everybody has their tickets in.
Yeah,
A
the
lot
last
of,
day to turn tickets in is it the 7th, is it Saturday the 17th?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I'd say, and then, yeah, get them all in, because some people take them home because there's so much to write. And,
right.
and if they want to bring it in last minute, so we'll round it all up, and then we'll pull them at the beginning of the week. It's kind of like a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is the kids are excited, you give away all those prizes. The sad thing is that after all this time and how hard we've worked, it's going to be over.
Yeah, and we'll
You
look
know.
back there and all those countertops will be all cleared off, which is always like kind of refreshing too. At the same time, like, oh wow, look
Look
like,
how
you
clean.
can see stuff.
You know what that reminds me of? Like how it feels after Christmas.
Yeah, bittersweet.
Like, yeah.
Your house
all
is
this-
empty.
It's beautiful while it's all going, it's all lit up and all this fun, and then you take it all down and you go, wow. Yeah.
It's empty. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so that's my summer reading ends announcement.
Yep.
Okay.
And
And then
because
your last
summer
piece.
reading ending, that means everybody's going back to school. I believe the first day of school is what, the 22nd?
Yep, it is. Seems awfully early to
Looking
me,
at
but
our camera girl,
Oh, I
she should
hear-
actually know when school goes back since she works at the school.
wait a minute. I heard an applause coming from the cheap seats.
Yeah, so for school will go back, and then to honor back to school, we're gonna have a back to school root beer float social. That's gonna be the first Friday of the school week, first Friday of the school year, I guess you should say. From 3 to 5, we're gonna give away free cups, so you can make your own root beer float, and then you can drink it, and you can take your cup home. It'll be some kind of
Nice.
fun plastic library-related cup that you can
Nice.
keep as a little prize.
Of course, we all need our
Yep.
own, our very own plastic library cups
Yeah.
to keep for our very
Who
own.
doesn't like
for
a free
future-
thing?
Yes, it's true.
So, and maybe I'll give away some books and stuff that day too. We'll see.
Okay,
So, books.
right.
Let's talk about some books.
I'm talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
the
you-
YA one because I know you've
You
already
actually,
talked.
but you actually read it.
I read it. And the reason being, this is going to make sense because you did talk about it, and that's where I was like, oh, that sounds so cute, the She Loves You, because it's all the Beatles theme and about a girl that really desperately wants to go meet Paul McCartney. And she had started a Beatles fan club in the school, and it dwindled down to like 3 kids. But why I decided to talk about it is going back to school, I did, a few books that have a really nice theme that I think is perfect to read before you go to school. And this, I don't want to be, there's not a lot I can say that wouldn't be a spoiler alert, but I do want to say this is a really nice, probably young adult, maybe freshman in high school or even middle school to read this before you go to school, and it gives you the perspective of watch how you're thinking about other people or what you're seeing, and that
Yeah.
other lives aren't really what's perceived. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you learn a lot about how you think about people.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect school one because the kids are going into school and going, oh, she's a nerd, he doesn't dress well, he's a loser, and they start just doing that without even knowing each other. This will open their eyes. Wonderful, wonderful story. for
Great.
that.
Well, look at that. See, I book talked that last
you
time, and you
book talked
actually
it,
read it,
and I
so my
read
job
it.
here is done.
And I read it just because I thought it'd be fun for the Beatles. I love the message even
Yeah,
better than
that's
the story.
awesome. I can't wait to read it too.
Yes,
I
Anne
haven't
Hood,
read
She
the
Loves
whole
You.
thing.
So thank you for book talking it. I liked it.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at that. One patron, AKA Miss Linda, actually read a book they
you know
recommended.
what? I am a patron
You
of
are.
this
Of
library.
course you are. You
Okay.
check out more things than most patrons do.
Yeah, I do. Okay, you do a book.
All right, so going on that, this one, this is a brand new book we just got in for teens, and every time I see it, the title is called "If It Makes You Happy," and in my head I
Aw.
think it can't be that bad if it makes you happy.
Do I know that?
You don't know Sheryl Crow?
Yeah.
That's Sheryl Crow's song.
Oh, sorry, Cheryl.
circa maybe
Wait a minute,
1995, I want to say.
you were just missing the microphone.
Yeah, that's it.
all.
But that's what I keep hearing. And my teens probably would never even have heard that song because they're too young. Maybe you're.
Whatever.
Um,
I'm going to do to you what that kid did to his mother. Maybe you're two.
Yeah, well, I
and
can
she
file a
stops
complaint.
at that.
Staff abuse.
Stops at that.
Anyways, so this is a really cute story about this. She is a little bit on the heavier side and kind of how she's having to adapt to having to wear these school uniforms that don't work for her, the way that she's built. And she's, I don't really know much more about it, but it's a super cute little read about, again, kind of finding out who you are and having people kind of accept who you are, and also trying to please other people and how that's not necessarily important.
And you know what? Once again, perfect for a beginning of a school year.
Yes.
Boy, I wish we could get kids to read this stuff.
I know.
All
It's a
right.
good one.
I know I just saw like 2 minutes, but this one, unassuming, I don't know where the tape came from, but Carl and the Meaning of Life by Deborah Friedman. She's written several books that we have, but this is about a little earthworm that doesn't know what his meaning of it is in life. And it's just how can someone small make a big difference? Ask an earthworm. And he goes through, and somebody asks him. It's almost like a bully kind of question. Carl was not a bird. Carl was not a bear. Carl was an
Look at him.
an earthworm. I know.
I like all the text worms too.
Yeah, and it talks in here about the importance of his job, but nobody else seems to do it. So, and a field mouse asks why. Why do you do that? Why? What's the deal about you? So he goes on and pursues. The answer to why. Why is he here? Why does he do what he does? He's not a bear. He's not a this. He's not.
Right.
And realizes it when it all comes down to it, and everybody looks at him, and his job was the most important. I'll leave it at that. Why? Another great book for going back to school. Okay, go ahead.
But I want you to share that one instead.
This one? Perfect book. This book,
Keep on our theme.
I don't care how old it is and how old it ever gets.
I feel like
mean,
this should be required reading for life.
It should be. This is, okay, well, we got this copy in 17, but these wonder. Every child should have to read it. This should be a back-to-school requirement. When you're going back to school, like Augie for the first time was going back, from
Going
being
into school.
homeschooled to being, when he was born with, physical deformities and the issues that he had. What a good soul he was, what a good person he was. And
I love his family, too.
Oh, his family, so supportive, and tried to mainstream him and treat him like the person that he was, and how kids are. And kids can be cruel and not see the inside of a person, like in some of these other
It's
stories.
not just about kids.
And right,
In that
the
story.
adults too.
And that's what I think is so important.
That's
Why
true.
everybody should read it, because it's just human nature and how we judge.
Right. You know what? That is interesting. I read the story about one of a true story about an astronaut. I know we have to wrap it up. And in this story, this astronaut that actually became an astronaut, her teacher told her when she was growing up, first of all, her parents said, "You'll never go to the moon." And then, you'll never become an astronaut. And even her teachers were like, don't you want to be a nurse instead?
Right.
Because it was like this career day kind of thing. And so that made me,
Yeah.
what you said, it's the adults too.
Human
Read
nature.
it.
Yeah.
Read it and
So
learn
if you
how to
haven't read
treat each
Wonder
other.
yet, everybody
Treating each other
from age 0 to 100 should be reading Wonder.
often. All right, here we go. Another one down. We'll see you in the fall.
Yeah, and
Yep.
we'll talk about pumpkins and apples.
And, yeah. And
Turkeys.
seeds and watermelons.
Well, yes, we will have to continue that
Oh,
because
that's
Linda's
right.
doing her research.
I have
She's got
research
a
coming up
thesis.
at the farmer's market. Come see me.